Married to Medicine Season 10 Reunion, Part 2 Recap. Relationships aren't always equal. Welcome to the Married to Medicine Season 10 Reunion, Part 2. Last week, Phaedra announced she was faithful to the group and denied asking Dr. G for any cash. Quad also gave genuine apologies to Toya and Dr. Jackie. Whether or not they accepted them is the question. This week, Sweet Tea and Dr. Heavenly came to blows, and Dr. Kema had some explaining to do. Here's everything you need to know about the Married to Medicine Season 10 Reunion Part 2. Sweet Tea brewed a strong debut. Andy was happy to report that Quad's apology tour with Toya, Jackie, and Dr. Simone had left her in good standing with the OGs, which hopefully means Quad won't get kicked out of any future group trips. As the ladies settled in to start their next segment, the men arrived to get ready for their turn in the hot seat. Next up was Sweet Tea's introduction. She had gone toe-to-toe with Heavenly, Jackie, and her infertility issues. Sweet Tea shared she did have surgery and was doing well. No baby was on the horizon yet, but they were still trying. She also denied accusations from Heavenly and Quad that she wore fake designer clothing. Either way, Sweet Tea's style wasn't up to par in Quad's eyes. In an hilarious moment, Andy grabbed himself a brownie from the table and settled in to watch Sweet Tea and Quad battle it out. Quad had posted that Sweet Tea didn't fit in with the group. Heavenly said they all agreed that, but Toya didn't think that was fair. Andy stated Toya wouldn't like it if Dr. Eugene brought his new wife on the show. Toya was unbothered. She would welcome the drama and would have a hot man right next to her too. The issues between Sweet Tea and Heavenly weren't going to wrap up anytime soon. Heavenly had come for her relationship with Dr. G, which led to Sweet Tea accusing Dr. Damon of cheating. Damon was adamant he was innocent, but Dr. G seemed to have some doubts. Heavenly claimed she was concerned because Sweet Tea had said Dr. G was controlling. The only solution presented to mend their friendship was prayers, and they were going to need a lot of them. Alicia has joined the chat. While Dr. Alicia settled into her seat, Andy asked the group the age-old question, "Dude asterisk kicks age?" If there's one thing they could all agree on, it was yes. Alicia looked around like she was in the crazy house, which is exactly how she described her first season on the show. The Kema questions then rolled in, and Alicia had to defend her husband's not-so-choice views. One viewer noted that Alicia worked, took care of the kids, cooked and cleaned, so what did Kema do? Another asked why the Napa trip was the first time Kema had to watch the kids alone. Alicia politely accused the viewers of being judgersons and said she was thankful he could support the family and she enjoyed being a mom. She was also appreciative Kema didn't seem to mind $150,000 disappearing every now and then. Another viewer asked if everyone had felt lighter once Quad had gotten the boot from the Napa trip. Quad did not like the connotation she was a cloud amongst the group. She was a fun-loving person. Simone snarked back when Quad chose to be that way, which got some chuckles from the ladies. Andy wondered if Toya worried no one was going to support her wine club. There was no doubt in Toya's mind. Andy gave her a look like, "Oh really?" and whipped out a card to read Heavenly's thoughts on Toya's work ethic. Never worked a day in her life, asterisk was lazy, thinks $350 is a lot of money. Heavenly changed her mind and said Toya did work, but she was still lazy. Toya shrugged her shoulders and said she was able to get the job done while making it all look effortless. Cheers to that. Learning the facts of life. It was all about family ties next. Simone's kids are thriving and still living mortgage-free in their condo. Toya's sons were learning the facts of life from their parents and Google searches on their iPads. Heavenly's daughter Alora made good on her promise to call up Auntie Jackie to discuss football, and the mystery of why Heavenly had Enfamil in her pantry was solved. Contrary to Sweet Tea's conspiracy theory, Heavenly had a hidden grandchild. It was really Damon's milk allergy that was the culprit. Heavenly then thanked Sweet Tea for getting her and her sister talking again. During a social media battle, Sweet Tea had said Heavenly's mom was in hell, which prompted Heavenly's sister to finally reach out. The two were now texting and speaking to each other frequently. Heavenly was also in therapy to deal with the passing of her mother. She was on her healing journey, which might reveal a different side to Heavenly next season. Kema had foot and mouth disease. The MTM men took the stage for their time to shine. Andy immediately asked Dr. G if Phaedra had asked him for $4K a month. Dr. G said she wanted a man to put in an equal amount of what she could do. Andy then asked if anything had ever happened between the two of them, to which Dr. G said not in real life. Sweet Tea was not happy to hear that wishful imaginary scenario. Kema was then put in the hot seat. He had put his foot in his mouth all season long, and it was time to pay the piper. He said he did not imply the other men didn't have nutsacks when he proudly said he would not cut off his own. Kema also didn't think you could train women. What he meant to say was it was important to explain your cultural differences to one another. He was put off by the whole happy wife, happy life mentality and wanted to educate everyone that men's happiness was important too. According to Kema, the sweet spot of relationship equality was men at 51% and women at 49%. Have fun, Alicia. Andy then joked the men had been running the show for too long and it was time to bring the ladies back out. However, there was a mysterious extra chair. Was it for Phaedra or Quad? Then boom. Everyone's jaws hit the floor as Apollo took his seat. What bombs will he drop next episode? The Married to Medicine cast can't punk Letitia Sweet Tea Lunsford. This season has seen a cast shakeup on Married to Medicine. Viewers have seen the addition of attorney, local business owner, and Real Housewives of Atlanta alum, Phaedra Parks. Phaedra came into the group of doctors and doctors' wives as someone not necessarily married to medicine, but as someone who was at least dating a Nigerian doctor for conceptual consistency. Since the end of that relationship, Phaedra has switched to practicing Reiki to continue filming with the medicine-minded women on the reality series. Phaedra also came into the group as a friend of original cast member Quad Webb, who has hit a rocky road filming with her Married to Medicine co-stars over the years. Quad has so alienated herself from the other women that she was asked to leave the Napa Valley cast trip this season. But since her departure, the ladies have not been missing out on dramatic moments. They may have even hopped out of the frying pan and into the fire with new cast member, Letitia Sweet Tea Lunsford. Letitia has been introduced to the group as the new fiancée to Dr. Gregory Lunsford. The name is familiar to viewers as the ex-husband of castmate Quad. Automatically, Letitia is coming into the group bringing new drama, since Quad would be filming with her ex-husband's new bride-to-be. However, Letitia has proven that regardless of the relationship between her and her soon-to-be husband's ex-wife, she brings a whole new dynamic to the group. Or rather, she brings back the same dynamic that the ladies seem to have hoped they could move away from by removing Quad. Letitia has unresolved emotional drama from her past, brings Danga behavior to the present, and is causing all kinds of headaches for the cast of Married to Medicine. Dr. Heavenly Kimes reveals why she invited Sweet Tea onto Married to Medicine. Dr. Heavenly Kimes is no newbie regarding reality television. She's starred in Bravo's Married to Medicine since 2014, and she's been anything but boring. The dentist and owner of Dr. Heavenly University is known to be in the mix, stirring up trouble with her co-stars, Dr. Simone Whitmore and Dr. Jackie Walters. Also in the mix this year is Real Housewives of Atlanta star Phaedra Parks, who has been secretly dating a doctor and who the rest of the cast says is an excellent addition to the show. I'm a fan of Phaedra, so I was kind of excited for her to come in. I love Phaedra. And she came in. She's sweet as pie, Heavenly said. Why Dr. Heavenly invited Sweet Tea to film Married to Medicine Season 10. Another lady joining the Married to Medicine cast this year is Letitia Lunsford, wife of Dr. Gregory Lunsford, Quad's ex-husband. When she spoke with Today before the latest episode, Heavenly explained why she decided to bring Letitia, aka Sweet Tea, on the show. I think after being on 9 years, we realized what makes great TV, she began. She's her authentic self, she's a real girl, she's actually a really sweet girl, but she's a little different from us. Even though Quad filmed with the rest of the ladies for Season 10, getting her to sign on was challenging for the production staff. Heavenly said in another interview that if she were in Quad's position, she wouldn't have returned. But I'm not Quad. That's a whole different situation. Me in that situation would have been very different. Given their relationship dynamics, watchers are eager to see how Quad and Sweet Tea will interact throughout the season. The reality star vet revealed at BravoCon that she wishes the best for the couple. However, that doesn't mean this season will be without conflict.